We're now very happy to announce our next participant, Joan Jonas. Joan Jonas was born in 1936 in New York City, where she lives and works. She is a pioneer of video and performance art and very often explores the relationship between new digital media, performance, and also poetry. Her work can currently be seen in the 53rd Venice Biennale of Daniel Birnbaum in Venice, and she had shows in Barcelona, Contemporary Art Museum, as well as the Queen's Museum of Art recently. Joan Jonas has made a film, especially for the Poetry Marathon, which we're going to screen now. A very, very warm welcome to Joan Jonas.
It seems that you can see our future lot beforehand, if my understanding's right, but knowledge of the present you have not. It's like, he said, someone with bad eyesight who can perceive things very far away. God still grants us that much of his light. But the nearer they approach today, the less we know of general events, except for what we sometimes get by hearsay. So, as you understand, our sense of things will disappear completely when he shuts the portal of the future tense.
Here stands a giant in a treeless arbor, Damietta at his back. He holds his gaze on Rome, as if it were his mirror. His head is fashioned from the finest gold, and sterling silver are his arms and breast. From breast to fork, his belly's brazen bold. Thence down, the best of iron is the rest, except the right foot, which is terracotta. On this peg, he leans the heaviest. All of him, except the gold, is rotted, like an ancient gutter, from which leak great tears to plash and puddle in his grotto. Percolating downwards to his bleak environment, they form the Styx, the Acheron, the Plegathon. Then, by this conduit, seek absolute rock bottom, where they run into Cocytus. Since you'll see that sink yourself, consider my description done. The burning snowstorm melts and fades away.
Even after we had walked 1,000 steps, these souls were still quite far away, about the distance a strong arm could throw. When they all pressed against the solid wall of the high bank, standing still and close together, as men stop, taking stock when they are puzzled. O you who have come to a happy end, spirits already chosen, Virgil began. By that peace which, I think, awaits you all, tell us where the mountain rises gently, so that we may begin the long ascent. The more we know, the more we hate time's waste. As sheep come from the fold, first one, then two, then three, and the rest stand timid, bending eyes and muzzle to the ground. And what the first one does, the others copy, pressing up behind it if it stops, simple and quiet, not knowing why. So, of that fortunate flock, I saw the ones in front move shyly forward, with solemn bearing and with modest looks. As soon as those in front could see the light, upon the ground was broken to my right, so that my shadow stretched up to the cliff. They stopped, drew back a little, and all the rest that came behind, not knowing why, did just the same. Without you asking, I declare to you, this is a human body that you see, which now divides the sun's light on the ground, Do not be amazed, but think that not without a power sent from heaven does he attempt to scale this rocky wall.
Since the last time I looked down, I saw I had traversed all of the arc from the midpoint of the first climb to its end. More space of this small patch of earth could I have seen, had not the sun beneath my feet now moved a sign and more away. Substances, accidents, and the interplay between them, as though there were conflated in such ways that what I tell is but a simple light. I believe I understand the universal form of this dense knot because I feel my joy expand, rejoicing as I speak of it. My memory of that moment is more lost than 5 and 20 centuries make dim, that enterprise when, in wonder, Neptune at the Argos shadow stared. eternal light, abiding in yourself alone, knowing yourself alone, and known to yourself and knowing, loving and smiling on yourself. That circling which, thus conceived, appeared in you as light's reflection, once my eyes gazed on it a while, seemed, within itself and in its very color, to be painted with our likeness, so that my sight was all absorbed in it. Like the geometer who fully applies himself to square the circle and, for all his thought, cannot discover the principle he lacks. Such was I at that strange new sight. I tried to see how the image fit the circle, and how it found its where in it.